What's up everyone? So we have finally did it, hitting 100,000 subscribers. Brian and I are super excited about that. We never thought our channel would grow this large, and it's been a fun journey along the way. If you're a viewer and you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. It's really easy to do. Stay tuned for a lot of exciting videos we have coming this year. We definitely have a lot planned for you guys. So let's get into this video now. Hurricane Florence is on its way. I hope everyone stays safe. Let's get this video started before the weather comes in. I wanted to go over this letter that I got in the mail from Toyota. This is for a recall, and my 2017 Toyota Tacoma TRD Offroad is a part of that. So basically the condition is that there's a possibility that the blown motor fan hub is in the involved vehicles that were produced with improper dimensions. The blower motor fan hub with improper dimensions can develop a crack over time. If a vehicle is continuously operated with this condition, damage may occur, all that stuff. So, comment down below if you own a 3rd gen Tacoma. Have you had this issue? Are you bringing it in, obviously, to get it fixed? And what other issues have you had with your truck? Knock on wood, I have had 0 issues with my truck. I've seen a lot of other people with water leaks when it rains, third brake lights having issues. I haven't seen the blower motor fan or assembly, anything like that go wrong in my truck. We've had weather that's been over 95 degrees, and I mean, there's probably been sometimes now that I think about it where it hasn't been like super cold, but let me know what you've done with your truck, if you brought it in, how everything went. I haven't scheduled that just yet, but let me know down below, and I will definitely be filming that when I bring it into the dealer. If you guys remember a while back, I made a video installing the cheapest mod for the truck, and that was doing these LED footwell lights. I have the power source for them running through the door up into the fuse box in the engine bay. That is not something that I wanted to do. I wanted to put it through the firewall, but I've tried everything. I've used a metal retractable snake to try to push it through. It's just not something that's working for me. So I'll actually be using an existing button that's in the center of the dash setup here. This wasn't my idea. We had a viewer send us a message on what he did on his 16 Sport. He also has a pretty sweet original NSX. So huge thanks to him. Thanks, man, for the idea. I'll have his Instagram name popped up on the bottom of the screen. So now that I have the shift knob off, I'm just going to give the center console a good tug, and that's going to loosen up the front of it. Unfortunately, I can't just take like this strip out to get underneath. It's all one solid piece. Let me just get some more things out of the way. And I just need to be careful, obviously, of what I'm pulling up, but you gotta have a little bit of force on it, obviously. Oh. There we go. All right, so that's off. I want to be careful with my shift boot leather because I'm turning it inside out right now, and I just want to get it high enough to be able to see everything. So I'm going to move you guys here in a second. So here is the shift boot turned inside out. I'm going to leave this as it is. I don't want to take it off any further from there. So the idea, what I'm doing here is I'm going to be using the wireless charger button as the on and off power switch for the lights, so I don't have to have them hooked up to my headlights and have them on every time the headlights are on. I never use this. I don't even have the charging case or anything for my phone, and I do have a foam insert down there, so it doesn't even work with that insert down in the way. So those wires are down in here. This is the connection for it. So I need to splice into one of those wires with the power wire from the lights, obviously. That way I can turn them on and off without using the headlights. So I brought around the connection for the lights from underneath the hood. I moved this over just a little bit. There's a tab up underneath this plug that if you do, it's easier to do it two-handed, but you can push on that tab. Pop this right out. I've already taken apart or taken back the black covering around it and some of the electrical tape. So the blue wire on here is the one that I'm going to splice into, and I'm going to use one of these connectors here that just puts the wire on one side, then I put the power to the lights on the other side, and hopefully that will work. So I need to open these up just a little bit more to get that down in there. So the next step in this process, I'm going to go ahead and take the power strip from the LED lights and place it into one side of this connector, and then I'll go ahead and wrap the blue wire around the other side. So hopefully you guys can see. I'll try to stay out of the way here. I'm just going to take this blue wire here, put this in between that gap there. Okay, so if you guys can see that now, I have the blue wire on that side. Now all I have to do is close this up. I'm going to take the pliers to crimp that down, basically, that's going to put more of the metal contact directly on that blue wire itself. So that is really going to hold them in place. Now, before I button everything up, is the true test. So it's time to turn on the electronics. All right, and now when I push that button, look at that. So now I can have my headlights on or off without those lights, and then push on that button and turn them on. That is really awesome. I can't thank our viewer enough for that idea, because that is a useless button. I would never use it. So now, that is pretty cool. So what I need to do now is, I didn't cut any of this wire that went to the engine bay, so I'm gonna tuck that up nicely, run it behind here as well. I probably should have run it behind the other side first, so I need to take that back off to do that. So it was actually good that I didn't cut the power wire that I had for the lights. It was actually a really good length all the way to here. So what I ended up doing, instead of having it out this way like it was, I ran it back and underneath the carpet and all the way around where all the other wires are, including the one that goes to the passenger side one, went right behind here, and it came out right here. So it was a perfect length. I have everything electrical taped up, looking as clean as possible. I won't be able to get this inside this rubber area or the electrical tape, so it's just gonna hang out to the side there. Now it's time to button everything up. Alright everyone, so that completes the installation of fixing the cheapest mod for the Tacoma and being able to turn those lights on and off. You can see I have a Bros for Speed logo that just popped up there. You guys will see that in a later video coming. But being able to do this now is just so cool, because sometimes I do want the lights off, so I can have my headlights on, off, and be able to do that. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button if you're new to our channel. Make sure you stay tuned for more videos coming later this year. I have a lot more plans for the Tacoma. We're doing other adventures in the GTR and the R8 as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys next video.